sent him the link. I told him let me know when he's on his way.
Fuck this nigga right.
Man, I literally almost opened up this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, oh, there he is.
Yo, yo, yo.
What's goody?
What's going on? What's going on?
Gervais, my nigga.
Yes, sir.
What's good?
Chilling, bro.
What's
Chilling.
goody?
Chilling, man.
Yeah.
Just chilling on my day off.
This is Hot Take Tuesdays, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Hot takes, because he got the hot takes, boy.
Word.
Man.
So what y'all talking about today?
Well, it's like a sequel.
How we doing?
Okay.
I think we're doing like who had the worst albums, Janet or Madonna?
Yeah, the top 3 worst albums. Yeah. Like what we did with the Jay-Z and Nas shit.
Top 3, Jesus Christ.
I'm probably gonna be biased on this only because I don't know a lot of. I know, of course, everybody knows Madonna, but I never really sat down and listened to a Madonna album. So,
oh wow,
I'm just gonna off the rip. I'm just gonna say Janet Jackson. You know what I'm saying? So,
right, yeah, she got her shit too.
Yeah, but honestly, Janet got her shit, but Madonna's, oh my god, that's all I gotta say.
I know she's legendary. I know the singles back in the '80s and stuff, but as far as like full projects, I never heard. Nope, I haven't heard any full projects from Madonna.
Wow,
that's what's up.
Yeah.
So I might be a little quiet on this one. I don't know.
It's all good. You know you got the hot takes for everything else, so it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Oh man.
Yeah, man. So some gang members are reportedly upset with Jamora and stuff like that.
I told you that. Yeah.
Yeah, I know it is.
They better make it up.
They looking to kill old boy. Say he act like a fake.
I don't know what's wrong with him, man. I don't know what's wrong with him. I heard he came from a good upbringing or something like that.
It's something. Yeah, but it's something. I don't want to say it's the money. It's something else that's going on with him.
It's probably like, because I don't know. I gotta look at his father a little more. I only seen a few things of his father, and his father seemed like he a kid too. So
his father be at all the games in the front row. Like he had that argument with Shannon Sharp a couple of months ago.
Yeah, squaring up with Shannon and stuff.
Yeah, and Shannon Sharp was like, he don't want none of this. You know what I'm saying? Like his father be at all the games taking pics and everything. I'm like, where's his mom at? Like the entourage that he's with, like none of these cats is telling him like, yo, like you could lose your whole contract over what you're doing right now.
Right. And then I saw like a whole like collage of pictures of Ja Morant, I guess when he was on social media when he was like a kid.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
It's like endless pictures of him talking about, he's like 11 years old talking about, I just caught me a new gun. Like, bro, what are you talking about?
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy, yo. And the thing is, though, what's fucked up is you in a city, you were representing the face of that city's franchise. And that city went through that whole shit with Tyree Nichols earlier this year. You know, Martin Luther King got gunned down in that same city. and this is what you're doing.
Right. Same thing with what is that Young Dolph? Was he out there too?
Young Dolph, right? Young Dolph, that was a drive-by.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know what.
I don't get it.
I don't even blame like the analysts and stuff like that. I saw. I saw Kwame Brown was just going in on him. I just seen him going on. So, yeah.
I saw that, and what's his name? Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard was like, "Yo, he might have to go to Taiwan."
Oh damn, not Taiwan.
Overseas. I mean, somebody's going to pay him.
Yo,
like somebody's
if
going
he lose that contract, yeah.
I think he does need to sit down for a minute.
If they kick him out the league, he gonna have to go overseas, bro.
I think he does need to sit down for a minute.
They got to suspend him for the whole season.
I think he does need to sit down for a minute, but I'm pretty sure some thirsty team is gonna look for him though. Somebody's gonna try to get him.
Like my Knicks, because they
I hope it's not the Knicks. I hope it's not the Knicks. That's the last thing we need, bro. It's the last thing we need.
God, I was we thirsty for a star. We ain't have a star here since Carmelo. So.
Right. They talking about. I mean, there's a lot of talk. They're talking about Karl Anthony Towns. They're talking about bringing Porzingis back. They're talking about Damian Lillard.
Oh God, no. Him? I'd rather have gun-toting John Morant than KP back. I don't want him at all. He's garbage.
Sure.
He will never be healthy for a whole season. Y'all complain about AD. KP is worse than AD because he play like only 20 games a season.
Yep.
Fuck no, I don't want him back. Give me the thug. Give me the thug from Memphis. I'll take him.
That's wild.
Fuck. That was good. Oh man. I'm trying to find a good Janet song to put on my story right now. Like something from her bad albums. Oh man. What was her big hit, Reg, from like one of her bad albums? What's one of her biggest hits? Like Son of a Gun?
Feedback. Who that?
Oh, I don't like that one at all. You picked the worst one.
You said the biggest hit, nigga. What the fuck is that? Damn.
That's not her biggest hit from one of her bad albums, or not her biggest hit?
That was a big hit at that time. That was a big hit, yes.
Shit? Who was buying that? Who was buying that?
Okay, either that or the song she did with Nelly.
Oh, I like that one.
So you like that one?
A Nelly song I actually like. Wow.
I gotta look up all these.
That was
Everything you talk about, I gotta look it up.
A Nelly song you actually like. Wow.
Yes, a Nelly because it wasn't his. That's why.
I'm weak.
Oh man. Eric was good. Oh, Eric's out of jail again. Another criminal.
Yeah, welcome back out of jail.
What's good? What's up with you YouTube criminals, yo? I don't understand y'all. How y'all getting in trouble?
We already know what happened to me and shit.
This nigga Reg been on here for a decade. I think it's the first time you ever got banned.
Just for a video that was not even live.
That's crazy. See, I can't do that. I got brands to promote. I can't be getting YouTube banned and shit.
I don't even remember this song. I'm listening to this song now. You talking about the Janet Jackson Nelly song?
Yeah, that should go hard.
Call on Me.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a good song, but I didn't try to like it.
That should go hard. I'll fuck with that song.
But she don't fuck with Country Grammar, Rock With You.
Nah. That ain't for me, bro.
Uh,
It's not for me.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Hot take maybe, but yo, when Country Grammar came out, when Country Grammar first came out, I thought it was hot, bro. And I don't normally listen to that type of, but that was kind of dope. I remember buying the single.
For a second there, I thought he was gonna say Country Grammar was better than Iron Man or some shit.
Oh, nah.
No, he do. No, but you know what's crazy? I'm like, I got friends that when Nellyville came out, they were buying Nellyville just to impress a chick, just to get a chick's number.
Wow.
Buying Nellyville. I'm like, bro, like you don't listen to Nelly. Like, why the hell are you buying Nellyville? Just for some ass? Come on, bro.
No matter what
week,
you do.
You know what I'm saying? Your game that week, you gotta buy a Nelly album. Fuck that. You know what I mean?
That's really a dilemma, though, right?
That's a dilemma, facts. That was a good song. I like that one from Nelly.
I got tired of it. I like Dilemma. I got so
only because Kelly Rowland was on it though. I ain't. Other than that, they overplayed it though. They way overplayed it.
Yeah, that's a classic song. Yeah, I kind of fuck with Nelly early on and shit though.
Unpopular opinion: Nelly's Dilemma over Ja Rule was always on time.
That was overplayed too. Two overplayed songs. I love Ja, but yeah, they overplayed the shit out of that.
That's like a wash to me. I think that's like because they kind of like.
Sam said hell no. Sam said hell no.
To me, hell no. I hate Always on Time.
Always on Time. That's. I don't think that's his. What he said. That's his wackest song.
No, Mesmerize is his wackest song.
Nah, fuck no. I like Mesmerize. That track to me is better than Always on Time.
I'm gonna figure out what you be liking sometimes, cause
don't try to figure me out. I ain't no puzzle. I like what I like. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna like everything that everybody else like. That's what we see a lot on social media. Everybody like the same shit. It's good to have your own opinion on shit and like something different.
That's true.
You know. Now I fuck with.
Yeah, I'm listening to Always on Time right now. I don't know, man. I think it's like I said, I'm gonna say it's a wash. It's like they kind of even to me. I don't know.
Yeah. They were both overplayed. Yeah. That would have been a better versus Ja Rule and Nelly.
Yeah. Because that was they did Nelly versus Luda, I think, right?
That was embarrassing. Ludacris embarrassed Nelly.
Yeah, I remember watching a little bit of that. I really wasn't too into that one, but
yeah, it's good. Kyle.
Yeah. I remember that because Luda, like his energy was kind of weird in that one. I think, like, wasn't he like?
He was. I think he was bored. He was watching him. I'm like, this is not a fair matchup. Not for Nelly. You know, put Redman against Ludacris or something. That would have been better.
Redman versus Luda. Redman,
good.
And I like Redman. I like Redman better, but Redman's gonna lose to Luda badly.
Same. I don't think he lose to Luda. Nah. Losing to Luda.
Really? And like I said, I like Redman way better than I like Luda, but in the verses, Redman's gonna lose badly to Luda.
I think. Nah, man. I think it would be close. I don't know if Luda is gonna watch him though. You know what I'm saying? Because Redman, to me, Redman got better albums than Ludacris. Like after Red Light District, I didn't like none of his shit.
You tripping?
You know,
you tripping?
Reg loves Release Therapy and what's the Theater of the Mind, and I got those albums. I don't even play those. They don't even care for those ones.
I just think Luda's hits are way bigger than Red's hits, though.
That's true.
That's why I said
that. But Red got album cuts that go hard though, that could win rounds.
Yeah, you do.
You know what I'm saying? Even though for the Dark Side, a lot of people love that. He got some hard joints on it.
What's up, Eric?
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Peace.
I'm ready to start whenever you all are.
Let's go.
Alrighty. What's up, YouTube? How's everyone doing? It's your boy Reg in the building. I also got a full house today. I got my homeboy Try with me.
Yo.
We got Mr. Hot Takes himself, Mr. Cavase in the building as well too.
Salute.
And I got my homeboy Eric fresh out of YouTube jail and shit.
Thank you, man. What's up? I'm glad to be back.
No problem. So this is like a part 2 of the Who Has the Worst albums. This time we decided to go the pop route. Oh shit! Ooh, I made a slight mistake. I said Mariah instead of Madonna. Hold on, I'm tripping. I'm slipping. Hold on. I am slipping.
You're gonna have to change your picture and everything because you had the Janet Jackson and Madonna picture together. So I don't know.
No, I meant to have the picture. I don't know why. I think I was listening to a Mariah song. I don't know, but yeah. So it's gonna be Who Has the Worst albums, Madonna or Janet Jackson? And ironic, today is Janet Jackson's birthday too. So
ironic.
Happy birthday to her.
You're a cold-blooded bastard. You would do this video on her birthday. Like I'm finna just give her a birthday present she'll never forget. Damn you, Reg.
Hey. I didn't know it was an afterthought because originally this was supposed to have been last week, but I had a lot of shit on my plate. So plus I didn't really have this idea until I saw her in concert and shit too, which was a dope show, by the way. And stuff too, you know what I'm saying?
She would have been pissed off with you.
He said what?
Say thank God I ain't tagging the post. She would have been pissed off with us.
No, it's an all honest opinion.
Mm-hmm.
All honest opinion and shit. But
she would have did a 30-second skit on. She would have did a 30-second skit on Reg and Try and shit.
Right? Yo.
Alrighty. So I changed up everything, so everything should be good. Okay. So I'm gonna start off with Try on this one. I want to see what he's speaking
about. Which album we going with?
Oh, just what your top 3 worst ones are and shit, I guess.
From Madonna and Janet?
Uh-huh.
From Madonna is definitely going to be MDNA. That's number 1. Because that album was garbage. And she was trying to do like some EDM type of thing, and none of the songs on there were good. I think that was the time when she did the Super Bowl with Nicki Minaj and MIA.
Yeah.
And I forgot the Nicki song that she did off of that. But even Nicki couldn't help that album. That album was terrible. So that's number 1. The American. What's the name of the album? American something.
American Life.
That was bad. And they, for whatever reason, they re-released that on vinyl again on Record Store Day. And that was, I don't know why. That's like one of her worst albums. I don't know why you re-released that. I don't know who was buying that. It was bad. I ain't seen nobody pick that up, which means it's probably still at the record store collecting dust, and that's a good thing. That was one of her worst ones. Missy did a song with her on that album, and even Missy was in her prime at that time, and she couldn't even help Madonna. That was bad. That album, I didn't even hear that one. The dance floor joint. You know what I'm talking
Confessions on the Dance
Floor? That shit. Yeah, I skipped that one. So I didn't hear that one.
That was, believe it or not, that was actually good. Not great. It was good.
Okay.
That was
I need to listen to it because you might think it's good and I might think it's trash. So I don't even know if I want to hear it though. But
it's not touching Ray of Light and on in there though. I'm just gonna be real.
None of her albums in the 2000s are touching Ray of Light though. Ray of Light was like her last classic album. And that was what, 98? So she hasn't had a classic since 98.
You can agree on that.
Rebel Heart was okay. But the thing about that, that got leaked. I don't know how it got leaked and who was leaking it. The album got leaked. She went back in the studio and did new songs. And then she came out with like a 25-track album. And she had Nas on that album. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And Kanye West was on that album. Because he did a song. She had a song that caused controversy because she was talking about the Illuminati. and she mentioned Beyonce name, and she mentioned like other celebrities, but that was way too long. That was like a double album. So, but those to me are like her worst albums. Hard Candy, I actually like that. That's like the only one that I bought.
Wait. Oh, okay. You know what?
I like Hard Candy.
Okay. All right.
I like Hard Candy. I thought it was actually good. Timbaland and the Neptunes did the production. Justin
I'm gonna
Timberlake
hurt your feelings.
Song. Kanye West is on that album. I liked his song with her. That's the only collab she had was Kanye West on that. That was like I think he was like dropping Graduation at that time when that came out. That's the only album that I bought from Madonna in like the last 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Everything else in the 2000s was garbage, but like those are the top 3 for me is American Life, MDNA, and Rebel Heart. For Janet, I pretty much said this when we were doing the Janet reviews. I don't like anything from Janet after 2000. After All For You, I think none of Tony Wayo Discipline to me was like her worst album. Like her first two albums before Control, it's her worst, and then Discipline. So those are my top 3 from Janet. But Tony Wayo, the Demeter Joe album, I don't think none of those shits were classic. I think it was just, you know, she was in love with Jermaine Dupri, so she let Jermaine just do whatever with her albums, and I think that really messed up her discography. But I don't like. I think her last great album was All For You. Those are my top 3 Madonna and Janet worst albums ever.
Okay, all right. Well, for me, I gotta start off with Madge on this one. Believe it or not, American Life is not her worst album. Believe it or not.
What's her worst album?
Hard Candy.
What the fuck? Fuck no.
Yes. I don't understand.
This is not her worst album. This is not her worst album.
Hey, let me talk. Let me explain, because I know there's a lot of Jay Timberlake
bangers off for this album, bro. This is not her worst album.
I know there's a lot of Jay Timberlake fans here.
Nope.
There's a lot of Neptunes fans.
He's only on one song. He ain't even got to do nothing with Justin, because Timbaland and the Neptunes produced this. This wasn't Justin. He on one song with her. You know what I'm saying? But she got he produced a couple of songs off of here compared to American Life.
He produced a couple of songs on the album. So
co-produced, but Timbaland did that really. He don't got Timbaland sound. That's all Timbaland.
He still touched.
That's all Timbaland. He got some credit, but he didn't produce that shit.
Well, I was saying, I never cared. I always thought this was like one of her most overrated albums. A lot of the songs kind of sound too samey. I feel like they were just throwaway tracks. They just threw in Madonna in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can see Nelly Furtado on some of these tracks more than Madonna on some real shit. You know, and I'm just keeping the buck.
They didn't even promote it. How is it overrated? They didn't promote
it. They did promote it.
You got to promote it.
They did.
They didn't promote it. No, they did not. Bro, I didn't see nothing for it. I saw like one video for this album.
It was the number one album. It was number one. It went platinum a couple of times and shit like that.
What else was popping in 2006? Who else was the biggest pop star at that time? It wasn't Britney Spears. She went crazy.
Well, she wasn't that conservative shit. Timberlake, you know, he dropped that Future Sex Love Sounds, which again,
that album is a classic, sir. There would be no Justin Timberlake slander on this panel, sir.
Wait.
No, don't make me get. I'm gonna get a CD now. Wait.
That might be the only Timberlake album I can tolerate.
You're bugging. You're crazy. You're crazy.
Yeah. I mean, shit. That's the only Timberlake album I can tolerate, though. But
this album was not. And she went on a world tour for this. This was not promoted. They didn't promote this album. Classic album. They did not promote this album, bro.
It still went like 4 times platinum, so somebody was promoting this shit.
It's
greatness, sir.
Greatness. Jay-Z went triple platinum with Blueprint 2, and that was garbage. And he still managed to get triple platinum with that. How? Magna Carta, that went triple platinum. How did that go platinum?
Shit. Anyway,
I bet that damn Carter's album's platinum right about now. Y'all niggas ain't saying anything about that.
That was garbage too.
I listened to Carter's album over some of that
garbage.
shit.
You think the Carter's album was better than Hawkins?
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that someday. That's all I'm going to say. My second least favorite Madonna album, and I'm going to get some controversy. I didn't like Rebel Heart. I didn't care for Rebel Heart like that. You know what I'm saying?
Too many tracks.
Way too many tracks.
I never heard it.
Like, what the fuck was Mike Tyson doing on the album and shit? I mean,
I don't even remember him on there. I remember Nas. I remember Nas was on that joint.
I hate that song, "Bitch." I'm Madonna, unapologetic bitch, Devil Pray. I feel like I feel like it had potential. Cause I know that this album cover, she was trying to like pay homage to the first album, but I was sadly mistaken. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I didn't.
Didn't she have like some type of dominatrix thing on her face? How was she paying homage to her first album then? That her first album didn't have that.
No, I mean the black and white photo, because it was like 30. I think it was like 30 years after the album came out. Yeah. And then the third one is the infamous American Life, which
that was bad.
I know this is, to many people, this is like her worst album. I know that. It's still among her worst ones, don't get me wrong, but Madonna, and this was around the time when the war in Iraq was happening, and she wanted to make like a political, acoustic kind of what she called folktronica.
That was
if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
That was the sound? That was terrible.
It was like I'm a man again to Hollywood. Oh my god. No. I hate that fucking record. American Life. I hate Nothing Falls. I feel like production wise, if I had to pick it out production wise, this is the worst album. To keep it a buck with you. So those are my top 3 worst.
You gotta hit MDNA. The MDNA was worse than that.
I never heard none of those albums.
There were so many bad Madonna albums I could have picked, but all right.
So I forgot to. Do we have an honorable mention?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Madam X. That shit was bad too. I forgot to mention that one. I think that was her last release and she was trying to do like reggaeton, and I think she had Maluma on that album with her.
Oh God!
That album was horrendous. And the thing is, I don't understand with Madonna. All of these albums are shit. Why are you re-releasing them with like extra tracks and the Target edition? Who the fuck is buying that? Who's running the Target right now?
The white folks gonna buy it. The white folks, man.
Bro, first of all, don't ever.
She had like 3 different versions of that album. I'm like, why?
Don't never name yourself after Malcolm X. First of all,
facts.
Like that.
No,
Madam
not
X.
Madam X.
I know Madam X, Malcolm X. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if she called herself.
The X is from Brother Red.
I don't give a fuck if she called herself Madonna Shabazz. No, it does not sound right with Madonna.
It was like some type of. I think that was like her alter ego, some gypsy fucking name she gave herself.
Like,
I don't know. She was.
That's my issue with Madonna. Like, she just tries too much, and I don't know. Yeah. I just can't fuck with it.
I love her.
That man said
her 80s shit. Her 80s shit is her best shit. Her 80s shit, Like a Virgin, True Blue, the first album. I love her 80s shit, and even the 90s stuff. But after the 2000s, like, yeah, she fell the fuck off, and I think she was trying to keep up with like Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera, you know, the younger pop singers out that you know were influenced by her, you know, Ariana Grande, and she just couldn't keep up.
Especially Ariana Grande. I definitely got a lot of Ariana Grande vibes and shit.
Yeah.
I don't even know what she sound like in the 90s. Like, to be honest, like what was her big 90s hit?
Like if like Ray of Light. Like Ray of Light was like her last classic album. She had what else came out in the 90s for
Erotica.
Erotica, right? I was like, yeah, that was like Bedtime Stories was like 95. Erotica was like 90, 92, 93. And she had the Sex Book with the album. Bedtime Stories was more hip hop because she had Dave Jam Hall, she had Babyface, Dallas Austin produced stuff on that album. That was one of her best albums too.
The second best album, but I didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry, try.
No. I was saying that was like her hip hop R&B album. So she had good albums in the 90s, and then she took like a leave of absence. She took like a couple years off when she had her daughter Lourdes, and then she came back with Real Light. But after the 90s, she fell off to me. I was like I said, I like Hard Candy, I don't feel like it got promoted, and she went on a big tour for that album. But other than that, it's like none of those other albums are like she won. I believe she was nominated for a Grammy for the music album in 2000. But even that, I don't even think that was a great album, and she got nominated still. But a lot of her stuff after that were complete trash. You know what I'm saying? And even now, it feels like she's trying to keep up with what's trendy now in pop music, and that wasn't her. She was a trendsetter, and it feels like she's trying to catch up to what everybody else is doing.
And the crazy thing about it is,
yeah,
go ahead.
I was saying the crazy thing about it is her fan base don't care for erotica and bedtime stories like that.
That's crazy because I think and the thing is, see, like a lot of the fans love Like a Prayer. I didn't think Like a Prayer was a classic though. They had some decent songs.
I agree.
But when they say that's our best album, I'm like, so y'all didn't hear Like a Virgin, y'all didn't hear True Blue. I think it's like one almost.
I put her self-titled album over that.
Her self-titled was great. Yeah, it was like y'all didn't hear that album. The first one, you didn't hear, Bedtime Stories. That was a great album. Erotica. You know what I'm saying? That Erotica, I understand why people feel like that because it got overshadowed by the sex book. That's all they talked about when that album came out was the sex book and how they were selling it at Barnes and Nobles behind the register. They didn't want kids to you have to be like of age to get that book. You know what I'm saying? And I think the book took away from the album, but the album's actually good. But I'm like a Prayer was good. It has some dope tracks. I don't think it's our best album though.
Yeah, Like a Prayer had a strong first half, but the second half just threw it all off.
And she had Prince on that album with her.
Definitely. All right, so now we're gonna get into Janet, which this one's gonna be pretty easy for me, but
Demeter Joe.
No, Demeter Joe. No,
I'm interested.
That's actually a good album. That's actually a good album.
I ain't saying it was a bad album. I'm just saying
if you don't have her first two albums on your list, then that list is bullshit.
No, I put Dream Street on there before her self-titled album.
No, but both of those albums.
This album is way better than her Dream Street album. This shit is really underrated in my opinion. Wasn't nobody messing with this besides the Thriller era, man. Because anything in '82,
no.
Anything in '82, nobody couldn't mess with because it was the year of Thriller. So I get what you're saying, though.
So you bought her first two albums. Are you telling me that you can?
I told y'all that. Yes, I bought those albums. Yes.
The first album got some good sample material.
I don't have the first two albums in my top three.
I don't got any worst album, no.
But they're not the worst album.
That shit, it ain't too many artists that's coming back from two bad albums.
I can mess with some songs off Dream Street, but it's one song on there, two of The Power of Love. I wish he would have never made that fucking song though, but I like some of the songs off the Dream Street album. That's just me, in my opinion, though. But I can't tell you really nothing from Madonna after you maybe 94, because I haven't went into her later discography though. But the way y'all telling me about the nightmares that y'all having about her, I'm just gonna get certain shit from her because she's coming out with the box set too. So I gotta see what they're working on.
Bedtime Stories was one of, I think that's her best album in the '90s was Bedtime Stories.
Yeah, that's my favorite album from her in the '90s. Yeah. Bedtime Stories.
Yeah. So where you try? What's you want my list first or yours?
I already did mine. We doing your list.
Okay. All right. My least favorite Janet album. This might be controversial. I ain't gonna give no fucks. Dream Street.
Thank God.
Yeah.
That ain't controversial to nobody. I think everybody agree with you.
First of all, I hate that album cover.
That album cover is terrible.
Like
I like the album cover though.
It like from far away, it looked like she got her leg behind her.
Okay, I was not the only one thinking that. Okay, thank you.
No, you're not. Yo, you know what? When we did the review,
let me get the damn CD and see what y'all talking about. Wait a minute.
When we did that review, somebody hit me up in DM and they were like, "Is her leg behind her neck?" Because they were looking at it the way we were looking at it.
I was like, she is so damn flexible. Ooh.
I'm like, bro, that album, both of those albums are bad, yo. Janet know that her damn self. She know that her damn. That's why she got Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis after.
Yes. My second least favorite album, Discipline.
That's bad. That was on my list. You said you disagree though.
It's not her worst album. It's her second worst album. That's what I said.
It's her third worst album after the first two.
And then my third one is 20YO.
I don't even remember what was on that. I know it wasn't good.
It had Call On Me.
She was letting Jermaine produce that shit at that time?
I mean, he did a majority. You still have some Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis in the album.
It wasn't.
This was the beginning of the Dupree era. Jesus. And I like Jermaine Dupree, but him and Janet not.
He's another Wyclef, as far as I'm concerned. He fucked up. He fucked up Janet's later.
Nah, I take JD over Wyclef any day.
Nah,
fuck
no.
I ain't gonna go that far.
Fuck no.
Hold on. You say you take Wyclef over JD?
I said I take JD over Wyclef over certain things. I ain't say he's like on certain things that he do, because I'm more familiar with Jermaine Dupri stuff than Wyclef, because that Cannabis album, it could have been way better.
Cannabis, John Forte, and City High, and Gin fucking album.
You think I'm finna take him over Jermaine Dupri? Hell no.
No. But I'm saying he's another Wyclef because he fucked up Janet's later albums, and then he fucked up the Bratz albums after her first one. Yeah, I blame him for that.
But what year was that though? Like when you say that he messed up Janet's album?
Janet, that was when he started dating her, like 2002, 2003.
Yeah,
it was in the 2000s. Yeah.
But you gotta think, like, could it been? Is it JD's fault, or is it just like Janet Jackson don't reach their time? You know what I'm saying?
Nah, but this is Janet, man. Janet. In any era, she could make a hit record. I think it was more of letting Jermaine oversee the project. You know what I'm saying? And you got Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. They gave you all your hits. Why, if it ain't broke, why fix it? Right? So because she was dating Jermaine, she let Jermaine oversee most of the production, and that's why it wasn't good. Because to me, he has a certain sound when you hear Jermaine Dupri beat, and I felt like his production style at that time was outdated. You know what I'm saying? Like even now, like he recently came out with an album with Currency, and I think it's fire. But it's, people miss that vintage Jermaine sound, but he still had to adapt to what's going on now with Currency, because Currency not gonna romp to no whack ass production that he got. So, but I feel like at that time it was like his style was outdated. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't give her no memorable like tracks on those albums. You know what I'm saying? Like the Nelly joint I like, and he did that, but it was the big hit because it was Nelly. Nelly was hot at that time, hot in here. No.
But you gotta think at that same time. You gotta think at that same time, who was he rocking with though? He was rocking with Bow Wow, and Bow Wow was the biggest artist during that time.
Well,
so I've
never been a Bow Wow friend. I know he was huge and whatever. But like I was just talking with Reg in the group chat yesterday. I'm like, yo, I really believe now that Puffy's gonna beat Jermaine in the verses. Like I didn't believe. I said I had Jermaine before because Jermaine is a great songwriter, and he had when it comes to R&B, Jermaine got that. I think in those rounds, Jermaine is gonna win the R&B rounds. But the hip hop shit, that's all Puffy, because Jermaine never had a Biggie on So Def. He got the Brat. The Brat ain't fucking with Biggie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He had Black Rob. He had G'd Up. He had Craig Mack. Like when it comes down to the hip hop shit, Puffy's gonna win those rounds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, when you look at his discography, and I saw this other podcast where they did like top 15 producers all time, and they didn't put Jermaine on that list because of all the R&B shit that he did. He didn't do a lot of classic hip hop shit for people. Like he did hip hop shit for UGK and for Fabulous, but none of that shit was classic. You know what I'm saying? But his R&B bag, he a legend. But the hip hop shit, different story. You doing shit for Bow Wow? None of that Bow Wow shit is gonna beat anything off of Bad Boy. You might as well just exclude that shit from the verses. Like, don't even play that shit.
You don't have to.
That's not fucking with Biggie, with nothing from Biggie. That ain't fucking with nothing from Craig Mack. I'm telling you, you're gonna lose those rounds.
Yeah.
You gonna lose, Playboy?
Yeah. As long as I don't see this nigga Diddy dancing and Diddy bopping, I don't give a fuck.
So. You know you're gonna see that.
You know his black ass gonna dance. And
yeah, of course he is. Of course.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, like you saying 2001 and 2003, he messed up Janet, but at the same time, he was propelling somebody else's career to like superstardom, you know.
But I'm saying, okay, even that, but he had Jagged Edge, you had
Trash,
Bow Wow, you know, he was doing stuff for other people, but this is your woman. This is Janet Jackson. This is from the legendary Jackson 5 family.
Man, that was a booty call. He wasn't really trying to be with her.
You can't fuck up your woman's album if she puts you in charge of doing most of the production. Imagine if that was Jay-Z. If Beyonce put Jay-Z in charge of her albums, and he's telling her this is how it's gonna sound, and it came out trash, they would have broken up a long time ago. That marriage would be over. There's no way in hell Beyonce gonna let Jay-Z fuck up her career.
They would have been fighting like Solange and that nigga on the elevator and shit. So
should have been throwing balls at that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? So it's like, and Janet still had some hits during that time. She had Son of a Gun with Missy. That was a big joint. I remember seeing that video a lot on 106 in Park. She had the Call on Me joint with Nelly. You know what I'm saying? She had some joints, but overall, those albums don't stack up to Control or Janet, Rhythm Nation, Velvet Rope. Those are like her classics because of Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like I don't have like a worse Janet album because I feel like after maybe Velvet Rope, I kind of stopped like listening to like full projects from her. So I can just give you my first 3 that I think are her best albums, which is Rhythm Nation, Janet, of course, and then Velvet Rope. Those would be my top 3.
Yeah. I love Rhythm. I have a new appreciation for Rhythm Nation, especially now because it was like a political album, and she went against the grain of what the record label wanted for her. And she said, "This is what I'm dropping. Take it or leave it." And that album speaks to now in today's society with what everything that's going on. And that was a damn good concept album. And to me, it was like a concept album because like during that era, all she wore was black. You see at the VMAs, the American Music Awards, the Grammys, everything was black. That's all she wore. That was like her statement. And she went against the grain and she gave us a classic album.
Yeah.
Lucy Wright said Janet Jackson is always good. I love Janet. She's a legend, but let's not bullshit like she ain't got no trash in her discography. You know, I said every artist just about will have that one bad album. Some of them got multiple bad albums.
Yeah.
It be like that sometimes. We get past the garbage and go to the good stuff. Yeah. So, you know, we always gotta laugh and cry at the same damn time.
Nas is my favorite MC all time, but even Nas got some bad albums. You know what I'm saying? So does Jay. I love Jay. He got some trash in his discography. You know.
Ghostface.
Just I know.
No,
not Ghostface.
We about to fight up in here, man. No fuck with Ghost Dini now.
You know what?
I don't want no you guys slander neither. Nobody fuck with Golden Arms, nigga.
You know, I'm just playing with him. Ghostface actually doesn't have a bad album. I just think that Iron Man is his worst album.
I cannot believe that. I cannot believe you.
I disagree.
What? I disagree. Jesus, Daytona 500, boy, come on now.
Yo. That's one song. He has like 4 solid songs on that album. Everything else is like
3, 4 solid.
Black Jesus, come on now. Black Jesus, my nigga.
After the smoke is clear. Come on,
260.
It's not better than Supreme Clientele.
Assassination.
It's not better than Pretty Tony, in my opinion.
Wow.
It's not better than Fish Scale.
Hold on. Wait. Pause. You got Pretty Tony over Iron Man?
Yeah.
Wow. I love Pretty Tony. Don't get me wrong, but even that album grew on me in recent years and shit.
I'm going with Iron Man because I ain't never listened to the Pretty Tony album. I ain't never listened to like most of his later stuff after Supreme Clientele.
I don't even think it's better than.
Gotta listen to Bulletproof Wallets. Oh, okay, now stop now. Come on now.
Fish scale.
Wait, what do you
know?
say?
Maybe I'm wilding with that, but
Wait, what do you say? What do you say?
I said I don't think it might not be better than Bulletproof Wallets in my opinion, but I don't know. I just think like the production on that Iron Man album. The production on that Iron Man album was kind of trash.
That's his most underrated to me. Is Bulletproof Wallets.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like he was just in the zone. And I remember taking that album with me to Miami, like for spring break, and we was bumping it down there. It's like like every joint was knocking.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
This shit fire too.
His storytelling is crazy.
His storytelling is crazy.
Capadonna, you know what? Yo, when Capadonna's joint first came out, I ain't really feel it, yo. I was like laughing at people that liked it, but then I recently started listening to it. It's actually a pretty decent album, yo.
That Young Hearts, that's my shit right there. They should have had a music video for that.
That is his best album. That is his best album. Still his best album.
What, the Capadonna joint?
You know, yeah, the Pillage. That's his best. Because after that, like Yin and Yang was not good. He dropped a lot of garbage in the 2000s, and he had a good album last year with Stu Bangers. Yeah, that was a good one.
I didn't even know he was still making music.
Yeah, he's still dropping joints, but he needed the production, and he didn't have the production on a lot of those other albums.
Okay,
you know, the Swarm, that was a good compilation too.
But Iron Man does have one of the best iconic album covers, though. Like that album cover is legendary.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
My favorite is the Liquid Swords album cover. That's my favorite album out of them.
Love that one. Definitely.
But yeah, what would y'all say? Like, who's y'all like the? As far as like songs, what would you say like Janet Jackson's your favorite Janet Jackson song compared to Madonna's favorite like song?
Like top three or just like favorite all time?
Yeah, you do top three.
Top three? Janet, top three Janet songs. Damn. I anything off of Control. It's hard to pick because Control to me had like bang after banger. You know what I'm saying? Like what have you done for me lately? Pleasure Principle. When I think of you,
forgot about them joints.
Ooh. Yeah, when I think of you, Janet, That's the Way Love Goes. I love that song. Rhythm Nation had State of the World. Miss You Much. Escapade. Velvet Rope, of course. Got Till It's Gone with Q-Tip. That's my favorite.
Facts. That's my shit right there.
Yeah, Together Again. I like that club joint. It's hard to just narrow it down to just three, but I can tell you like favorite from like each album. You know what I'm saying? It'd be easier. With Madonna, even with Madonna, like I said, like I grew up with Madonna in the 80s, so I love her 80s stuff. You know, Like a Virgin album was like my introduction to her, and I love like Material Girl and the Like a Virgin joint. Papa Don't Preach, really love that song. Justify My Love from the Greatest Hits album, Immaculate Collection. That was a great one. From Bedtime Stories, Human Nature, Secrets. That was another bang. I think Dallas Austin did that one.
I like Take a Bow.
Take a Bow, yeah, Babyface. That was dope, and he's actually singing on it well too in the background. She got like I said, like her 80s and 90s stuff was like classic. Like anything after that, like Hard Candy was dope. There's a couple songs I like. Like I said, the Kanye West joint off of this one was dope. You know, the Neptune stuff that he produced on there, but like like her 80s and 90s stuff to me is like timeless. Like I can play those forever.
All right.
Reg, what's like your top three Janet Madonna joints? If you got any?
Top three Madonna joints. Number one, Take a Bow. Number two, Bad Girl from Erotica. And I might surprise y'all with number three, but I got to go with Justify My Love.
Yes, I love that.
That's fucking banger.
That's the one that Lenny Kravitz produced for.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that was dope.
Now for the Empress of pop. Oh boy. I could do a top 10 because I'm slightly biased, but
right.
Number 1, Living in the World That Didn't Make from Rhythm Nation.
That was dope.
Number 2, Anytime, Any Place. Obvious reason.
Nice.
Number 3, What Have You Done For Me Lately?
Nice.
Like I said, I could do a top 10 Janet compared to. I can do a top 10 Madonna though, but Janet, I can go all day. That's my thing.
Right.
Dartmouth, what's up? You said my favorites are Come Back to Me, In the Rain, Pleasure Principle. Okay. Nice. I love Come Back to Me.
How's it going?
Thanks.
I'm sorry.
No, I was reading Ray Sean's top 5 from Janet. He said Escapade, What About? Pleasure Principle, Some Days Tonight, and If, and All for You.
Yes. I got a question for Cabase.
Yo.
Lil Kim's Notorious K.A.M. or Foxy Brown's China Doll?
I'm gonna go with Kim. I'm gonna go with Kim. I'm sorry.
Wow.
What?
Like
China Doll, dude.
Notorious K.A.M. over China Doll? Really?
Hold on. Yeah. Hold on.
Hell no. Queen Bitch Part 2, nigga. Hell no.
I ain't got a dog in this race.
Because I haven't heard either albums in a long time.
Save the time. Don't listen to China Doll. I'm telling you.
I'm taking China Doll all day. I don't give a fuck what nobody say on the panel.
No.
I gotta remind myself of the
bro. This dude said China Doll was better than the Firm album. I'm like, where?
It is.
She don't got 5 songs on China Doll. That was good.
That Firm album was one of the most overrated albums of their time.
There's 5 songs I could play on there compared to China Doll.
See, this is where they fucked up at. They fucked us up out of that collaboration album. That's why they didn't have a second classic album after that. But Foxy do have a way better discography than Kim, though. I give her that. Yeah. But if I had to choose, I'm picking China Doll all day. And I gotta go back and listen. Should have put those songs on there, man. Steve Stout, you was a stupid motherfucker, man. La Familia, you should have put that song on there, man.
Facts.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep my answer.
He's a bitch ass motherfucker.
China Doll was not good. I had that shit and I threw that shit away. That's how
I'm looking at the singles off the albums, just reminding myself like what was on it. And
wait a minute, let me get to see you. Wait.
I'm keeping my answer, Notorious Kim, hands down.
I didn't like that one either. I liked about maybe 2 songs off of that. The Suck My Dick joint.
Yeah, that joint's fire.
Queen Bitch 2. And that album got leaked. I had the bootleg for that, and there was certain songs on the leaked version that wasn't on the album.
I had the bootleg too, because I remember copping that joint and I was listening to it, and I was like, "Yo, Kim was actually in her bag on this album. She was like kind of really rapping on the joint. I didn't know she had a ghostwriter.
Didn't she have like a courtroom joint on there?
Yeah,
that joint I like. I forgot the name of that joint. It was like with I think CeeLo was on that and Redman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Her last greatest album. Her last good album.
Yes. That was a dope.
This all you need, nigga. The hardcore in this. It's all you need.
But
that's it.
The Bella Mafia has some shit too. Let's be real.
They had some. No, but it wasn't bad as to me as Notorious K.I.M. I thought the Bella Mafia was a comeback album. You know, and same with Foxy. Foxy Broken Sounds was a comeback album.
Broken Sounds is so ill. I love that one.
Yeah, that was.
Shit's fire, man. 7:30. That's my shit.
Yeah.
Oh no, but that's my shit too.
Yeah, I thought I would think China Doll had more hits that I connected with, but I'm looking at the track list. I don't remember none of these songs really.
They didn't pick the right single. She had a joint with Jay-Z that was fire. That should have been a single. Bonnie and Clyde themed part 2. And then she had the joint with DMX, A Dog and a Fox. That should have been a single.
Right, and I don't even remember that song. I gotta go listen to it just to remind myself.
And they should have just gave with it.
That song really could have been on DMX first 2 albums.
They should have just gave with the collaboration album after they both solo albums. albums. That shit would have been way better.
They let her come out with that hot spot. I'm like, that Irv Gotti shit was whack. I never liked it.
Yeah, right.
And then the
He
total.
was thinking about Ashanti at that time. He didn't have no time to put in that work.
Like, come on. I'm like, bro, I threw that shit so fast in the garbage, and I don't miss it. That shit was not good.
You stay throwing shit. You stay frisbeeing nigga CDs and shit. I see what you be doing.
It's called trash. It's called trash for a reason. That's what you do with garbage. You throw it
okay. At least you keep the CD cases or something. I hope you do that.
Yeah, I kept the cases, but I threw away the disc is gone in the booklet. And the best thing about that was the booklet, because she was like half naked in the pictures.
Nah. I'm listening to the Dog and Fox right now. Nah, that ain't it, fam. I'm sorry.
Come on. DMX couldn't say that.
That was hot. That was hot. I don't give a fuck.
That should have been on DMX album though.
That's a Swiss Beats beat.
Nah, that was the Dame Grease.
Oh yeah, that is them. That sound like them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that was Dame.
Yeah. But yeah, as far as like Kim and Foxy go, I'm definitely. Oh, it's always like weird because I think Lil' Kim is the better overall artist, but Foxy be going crazy though.
Yeah.
So it's kind of always hard for me to pick.
That would be
especially I think like in the early 2000s, Foxy was like kind of stepping out doing her own thing. She was really spitting on some of the records, yo.
Yeah, definitely.
Like that what was that song? BK where I grew up at. Yeah, who want that? Like she was going crazy during that. Yeah, she was going crazy with the bars during that era.
Yeah. And then she had an album that never got released, the Black Roses album that never got released, and she was doing, I think that BK Anthem was gonna be on that, and she had she actually sampled the Janet Jackson "What Have You Done For Me Lately," and Janet didn't clear the sample. That was on the mixtape back in the day. They had like all the Black Roses unreleased joints. That was on the mixtape.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna stay on for like another 10 minutes, y'all.
Killer Season. I didn't even like that movie.
They need that shit on vinyl, man. The movie was funny as fuck, but the album was like a straight up Harlem album.
With those fake tears that Cameron had, and like Drew, there was like a part in the movie where Drew was like, he was like fake pissing on the street. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Y'all doing too much now. You coming out with liquor, you got porn.
That movie going on Tubi.
I wouldn't even rewatch that. That shit was no good. They try to do some state property shit.
Just give me the album, man. I just need the album. That's all I need.
Right.
They're doing too much.
Yo, I didn't even know that. I saw a video the other day, and it was Cameron talking about right before he got the deal with Rockefeller, and he was talking about like how like dead broke he was. Like he was pretty much homeless at that time, and that's after 2 albums.
Right.
I'm like, damn, that's crazy.
Because when he signed the deal with Rockefeller, he was complaining that like the A&R department at Epic, them niggas were wearing like moccasins and Dockers. What the fuck they know about rap? They wasn't living in the hood. They were like living in the suburbs and shit. So they didn't know how to promote his album. You know what I'm saying? And Ghostface had that issue too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So and he knew Dame from like back in the day. So he's like, yo, it was a natural fit for him to be on Rockefeller. The problem was Jay-Z was in his feelings when they got signed over there. You know,
he was jealous. Cam was dropping to eat. He wanted to let no nigga eat.
He wanted the spotlight to himself. He didn't want them to shine, and that's when they were hitting the mixtapes, and they were coming out with the best shit to me on that label.
Yeah, it's just crazy because I really fuck with the Sex, Drugs, Entertainment. I fuck with that album, even though that's like it's damn near a mixtape, but you know, I really like that album. So I guess he didn't make any money off of that joint, and I guess he didn't make any money off the first one either.
They didn't promote it.
Confessions of Fire.
That shit. Remember that shit was on bootleg too. I had the bootleg for that. They didn't promote that album.
Right. That's crazy. Cause he said he had like a $10,000 check, and it like kind of blew in the wind. Right. He said he was like literally like on the floor, like looking for the check, and they finally found it. And he said he was like crying because he like that's how broke he was. Like,
crazy.
I'm like, damn, yo, that's right before Rockefeller. Yeah. That's crazy.
Right. He had to do the mixtapes, and that got them the buzz and introduced Jewels, and they just took off after that.
Yeah.
It was the same situation with State Property because each of them dudes could have had an album out, man. It wasn't just about Jay-Z all the damn time. Like he had the same shit going on with Kanye West when he wasn't crazy. Like you see this dude was talented, you couldn't just keep all the spotlight for yourself, man. Right. See, certain hip hop crews, they always crumble because these niggas don't want to share the spotlight and stuff.
Facts.
Right.
I was just talking with Reg about that, like how Busta was shining, taking all the spotlight from Flip Mode. And Lord Have Mercy was the first one to leave, and Rock Marcy and them. Rock Marcy, the biggest star from Flip Mode.
I'm surprised Rod Digger even came out with her album with this nigga running the business and shit. Right. I'm like, wow, really?
Right. Yeah, that was a real thing. Fat Joe did the same thing with Terror Squad. He didn't want them niggas to shine.
And look what that bitch ass motherfucker at now, looking bald, looking like one of the Three Stooges and shit.
Yeah. I think I definitely agree with y'all on that, but I think it's a little more to it too. Like I think some of the artists just are not, they wasn't ready. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you look at some of the Terror Squad artists and stuff, like none of them really had to be the next star. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you look at a lot
of them were my bad. I'm saying a lot of them, like Triple.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
All right. So if you look at like Wu-Tang, like, and this is why Wu-Tang is just so magical to me, because like, how the fuck did you find like all these people and all of them were capable to be like, they had that it? Like, how did you find so many people in one area that had the it? Like Method Man, ODB, Ghostface, Raekwon. Like that's never gonna happen again. That's just mind-boggling to me that how that happened. But like some people on other crews like the Flip Mode and Terror Squad and whatever group that had like these side members in the back, like a lot of them just didn't really have it. Like they might have been cool for the group, but like to be like their own individual artist and star, I didn't see it for a lot of them.
But you got to think, right? You have one of the biggest Latin artists ever with Big Pun, the first Latino rapper to go multi-platinum. He's spearheading that collective, with a collective where we never had a whole Latin crew of MCs that could spit. Right? Their market was really underground, and they were happy being underground. Triple Sace and Cuban Link, Armageddon, Prospect. They didn't get a chance to shine or come out with anything because once Big Pun died, he got rid of them cats because some of those cats were loyal to Pun, including Remy. Remy was discovered by Pun. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know that. She was discovered by Pun and bought Remy to Fat Joe. You know what I'm saying? And she was marketable because she's a female that could spit. You know what I'm saying? And guys want to hear that. She's pretty on the eyes and she could spit bars. That's why she was marketable. But when Fat Joe was responsible for getting Cuban Link face slash, we all know that. Okay, they still beefing even now. You know what I'm saying? Triple Sace, he was on up until a couple of months ago. Him and Tony Sunshine made up now, but he was like on the radio calling Tony Sunshine a bum and Triple Sace. And I'm like, these cats were the original Terror Squad. Like they could have went far, even if they wasn't mainstream. But you didn't give them a chance to shine because you were in your feelings after Pun died. And he just felt like, oh, well, Pun dead. Let me get rid of these niggas. I don't need them. He was loyal to Armageddon because Armageddon is his boy and Tony Sunshine. That was it. Everybody else he got rid of. And then he had the issue with Remy because he wasn't Remy felt like he wasn't promoting her first album. And then she went to jail.
I think out of all, I mean, Remy got her just due. Like she was able to venture out and be her own entity. But I think Tony Sunshine should have got something too. I think he was worthy to because you know he was on that Big Pun song.
Right.
And he could have definitely like built off of that single. And that never happened. So that's one artist that I do believe that could have been something like
but
if he
Cuban Link, a lot of people fuck with him. Like when he did the tribute for Pun, Flowers for the Dead. That was a great tribute. I didn't see Fat Joe do no tribute for Pun.
Yeah.
Where was his tribute at?
That is true though.
You know what I'm saying? That's supposed to be your boy. Where's your tribute at? At least Puffy, you could say what you want about Puff.
It's locked up in the safe with all those unreleased Big Pun tracks.
You can say what you want about Puff, but he still came out with a tribute for Biggie.
At least he came out in the music video saluting his dead homie, even though he fell off a motorcycle with dope, but he still did it.
Fat Joe didn't do that. Joe didn't do that. That was Cuban Link that did that. You know what I'm saying? Because that was his real homeboy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you see the bullshit that's going on? Like, why would anybody want to sign with Fat Joe?
Yeah, I know. I think Fat Joe, like, I'm watching him talk now, like, you know, and it's just like, it's kind of like embarrassing because I don't know. It seems like he comes off like a guy that just lies a lot. Like, he tells like a lot of lies and a lot of stories.
Yep.
Like, every time I see him talk, it's like, I be like, Cap.
Big Cap. That's the original.
He pissed me off. And he pissed me off a couple months ago when he was talking about, you know, niggas was half and half in the beginnings of hip hop and shit when he didn't get all his facts together and straight and shit. Busta Rhymes did the same thing too. A couple of months talking about Black Americans that have no American culture, they have no culture. But you came up in hip hop around Black people, but you weren't saying that shit back in the day when you were doing, you know, collaborations with Black American artists and stuff. But now you doing this shit 30 plus years later. Now you got the nerve to say something. You wasn't representing your Caribbean roots back then. You was with the brothers and shit. You weren't talking that bumbleclad Jamaican shit back in the 90s when you were leader of the new school. Now you up here just talking shit stuff. That's what be pissed me off with some of these artists and stuff. And niggas like him and Fat Joe just need to learn to stay in lane and stuff, especially Joe, man, because your penmanship game has been lackluster ever since Pun died, because that whole Don Cartagena album is basically Big Pun. Basically, it's a Terror Squad album. So,
yep.
know
that your game is never been sharper. So I'm gonna just leave it.
That's his last great album, really. When you think about it, that's his last great album. You know, everything else that's when he hit mainstream. He got with Cool and Dre, did Rethuggin and Lean Back and all this other shit. That's what he cared about. He didn't care about being underground. He totally ditched the DITC crew and went mainstream. And because of that, a lot of those albums were garbage too. He's another one. I love Fat Joe. He's a legend. But he has trash in his discography.
Oh, a lot.
A lot.
I'm taking Ja Rule. I'm taking Ja Rule over that nigga any day. Discography.
For some reason, the 2000s was not kind to a lot of the old school artists like LL Cool J, Fat Joe. You know what I'm saying? It's not just Madonna that was coming out with trash at that time. It was them too.
What Fat Joe did was pretty much try to ride what Pun was kind of doing naturally. You know what I'm saying? Like Pun was doing that naturally because he just had that kind of personality. Fat Joe wanted to be Flo Joe, Army Fatigues, and screaming on the mic. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then when Pun died, he saw the success that Pun had, you know, making like crossover songs, and then all of a sudden he's doing songs with R. Kelly and all this other shit, Ja Rule and Ashanti. So that's all that was. Yeah. Fat Joe has always been the one. He's like a chameleon, like especially in the early 2000s. That's all he was doing. He was riding anybody that was successful. He started rapping like rapping like Jay-Z for a second. Then he started rapping like Lil Wayne.
Then Rick Ross. He was biting Rick Ross.
Yeah.
Boss, nigga, not the boss.
A lot of them, including Fabulous, they were trying to sound like Jeezy or Rick Ross. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Fabulous. I ain't even think about that for
classic though.
Like, I ain't even think about that for
I take Fab over some of Young Jeezy's like later stuff. So I mean, he's a preacher now, so you know, I'm gonna just let him go on to his wife. I know what he is. I'm just
I ain't never liked Fabulous albums, but I do remember hearing Jeezy's first album. Like when that first came out, I was highly impressed, bro. I was highly impressed with that first album. Yeah. I'm like, yo, all right.
A lot of people like Jeezy. I never saw it. I never saw the hype.
You didn't like his first album?
Yeah. I didn't like nothing from Jesus. Nothing. Let me tell you, like, yo, it must be just me. That's because crazy. I have friends that New York love Jeezy. They love Jeezy. You know what I'm saying?
His first album was fire.
But I listened to it and I listened to like mixtapes. I'm like, I didn't see the hype over this dude. I'm like, he's not better than Rick Ross to me. He ain't better than T.I. T.I. first
six. Snowman, man. Jeezy's Snowman.
T.I.
That's the biggest thing. That was the biggest thing about him. Like, bro, on CNN, when he first came out with that Snowman shit, they had a whole thing on CNN about that, like how they were blaming Jeezy for the coke, and I'm like that's been around forever. Y'all blaming Jeezy?
Nigga, that's BMF problem, nigga. He was around the time when BMF was doing that shit.
Yeah, that's the real freeway Rick Ross.
Right. They were that's the CIA. A whole segment for Jeezy on CNN. I'm like, what the fuck? It must be a slow news day.
Right.
Maybe they got.
I rather look at the Cameron interview with fucking who was that white dude that he did an interview with? I forgot Bill that O'Reilly. Dude name, but yeah, Bill O'Reilly. Yeah, I rather just look at that.
I don't know. I always preferred Rick Ross and T.I. over Jeezy. I never saw the hype for the nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like his voice, he sound like he's always sick. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't think he could rap.
Gucci Man, my nigga, man. Gucci Man killed that nigga when he first came out of jail. I was like, yeah, it's over for this nigga.
Always been trash to me.
I don't like Gucci Man either. I never cared for dude.
I like his older stuff. His older stuff, like when he first came out and stuff. Like that roster that he's had, like way back then. Like I can't even tell you like 5 dudes off 1017 now. So, you know. I know some of Jeezy stuff. I just ain't really listened to him discography wise. I'm so used to growing up to T.I. So
the Southern rappers we were bumping in like 06, 07, we were bumping Trill from Bun B. We were bumping Slim Thug, already platinum. You know what I'm saying? We were bumping the Scarface, the Fix album. That's what we were bumping over here in New York. We wasn't bumping Gucci Man like that. And I know a lot of people love Jeezy. I wasn't one of them.
That first album, I cannot lie, bro. And I'll be the first one to tell you, like, as far as that style of South music,
yeah,
I wasn't like a fan of listening to.
Right.
But like the trap music and stuff, like I was already like I was more of like an Outkast, Goody Mob kind of guy. But as far as like Jeezy, I didn't listen to that type of music. But his first album, I don't know, man. That joint did something to me. I remember playing that often. Like that shit was hot.
That's what I hear. I couldn't get into it.
If you never listened to it, please go check it out. I don't know how it sounds now, like 20 years later, but at the time,
it's still kind of dope album.
Oh, okay.
Port of Miami, that's my shit. Port of Miami, Deeper Than Rap. That's the shit.
C's, baby, Ricky Rose, nigga.
Yeah, Rose. That's the shit.
Every day on hustling. Every day on hustling.
He was deep in that beef with 50, and I'm like, yo, Ross making better music than 50. At that point, like this is like after Get Rich or Die Trying, after the massacre. I'm like, and 50 was like making it a point to like diss him every time. And I'm like, yo,
I think he would have. I think Ross would have been way better with credibility if he just didn't, take the real Rick Ross name. I think if he just went to him and asked him for his blessing, I think everything would have been cool though. But I always wonder if him and 50 never.
Nah, go ahead.
I said I always wonder if him and 50 never had any problems and stuff, how would they sound together and stuff? I always wondered that.
That would have been fun.
Because when you think of Rick Ross and WMG, that could have been something. It just didn't work out with like certain dudes and stuff. Like Wale, I never thought he fitted with them dudes, man. Because Meek Mill's one thing, but when you putting dudes like Wale and just certain dudes that don't fit that criteria when you think of like WMG and stuff. So, that wouldn't really been my cup of tea when them dudes was together and stuff. I can't really tell you anything like album-wise historically they ever did together as a group, like besides like, a G Unit or a State Property or a, Rockefeller,
But you know what? I think Rick Ross was so dope that even the underground backpackers fuck with him. Like Luke, he did joints with Lupe Fiasco, and Lupe was totally against that whole bling bling type of thing. He was a backpacker. He's a skateboarder, and he did shit with Rick Ross. So that should tell you something. You know what I'm saying?
Money, man.
Wale came from the LRG era and shit, and you know he was a underground artist, and then ended up signing with MMG. And I don't feel like he made anything great on that label either.
Wale, I forgot all about Wale.
Yeah,
what's he up to?
I'm only fucking with the Ambition album. That's really
and Ambition was good, but Ambition was more like a Rick Ross album. Like Rick Ross handpicked those beats for him.
Sort of like the J Electronica album. That's a Jay-Z album.
Right. Facts.
Did y'all see 50 Cent post the other day? It was like an animation kind of thing.
Nah.
Yeah, and it made me think like, yeah, I think we underestimating how many songs, just like how great 50 Cent was. Like, because it's like an animation and it's like a collage, like it transitioned to different songs. So it just kept transitioning to different songs that he did. Right. And I'm like, yo, he a problem for anybody he do a verses with. Like, I'm sorry. Like his catalog.
I heard about him trying to buy BET or something with Shaq and some other people. I was like,
yeah,
I hope that work out for you, because you know when 50 put his mind on something, he's gonna try to at least make it better than what it really needs to be.
Yeah, which was Raekwon's weakest album?
Raekwon's weakest album?
Yeah, what's his weakest?
I like that Immobilarity album.
I'm with you. I like Immobilarity too,
album.
But a lot of people don't like it.
Immobilarity.
Of course, you hate that one.
A lot of people.
I like that pop. I like that pop shit track. That sounds like some Rough Rider shit. I was like, oh shit, this shit nice right here.
That album was underrated, man.
I don't know. Let's look.
I'm gonna say between the Fila album and Lex Diamonds. I think those two were like his weakest projects.
Lex Diamond.
You know what I'm saying? And everything else to me was fire. The Shaolin versus Wu-Tang, one of his best albums. Immobilarity, I love it. A lot of people don't like that one. You know,
how was The Wild? I have not heard that.
The Wild, it was okay. It's not great. I felt like he used a lot of generic beats for that album.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't think it's completely bad compared to
what you think about Only Built for Cuban Links 2?
Fire.
Dope.
Great album.
Super fire.
Definitely.
Like, to me, it's kind of like how Nas has Illmatic and Stillmatic. Both super fire. Could be like 1A, 1B. That's kind of how I feel about Cuban Links too.
Facts.
Definitely. All right, y'all. I'm actually about to end off this video right now. To be real with you, gotta save up some StreamYard minutes. This has been a fun discussion talking about Madonna and Janet, honestly, and other shit. Speaking of Ghostface, Thursday we're going to talk about the Fish Scale album on midnight.
Nice.
Yes.
Oh, you like that one? Or you like that one?
That's a GOAT album right there.
Okay. Cause you be surprising me with your Ghostface views and shit. Sometimes I be like, okay.
On record, Ghostface is in my top 3 all time. Like, he's my top 3, but I just do not like Iron Man as much as everybody else. That's all.
Respect.
Love it. We gotta definitely have Caress on here again, man, and give him like the topics that he definitely could discuss more, other than Janet and Madonna. You know what I'm saying? But before we go, I want Caress to shout out what he got going on, tell him your socials and everything.
Yo, what up, man? Caress, music producer / artist, working on my album. Well, it's pretty much done now. We're looking for singles now. We're looking to figure out which single we're going to do first. So be on the lookout for that. My social is my name tag on here, Caress at Caress.official. Just follow me, man. Stay in tune. Salute to Reg and Try and Eric. Man, it's dope video, dope discussions, man.
Thanks.
I am excited to talk about Fish Scale for sure. So
So
yes. Yeah, thank you for always stopping by, Cavase. Appreciate it stopping by as well, Eric.
Yeah.
Yes. Alrighty. Well, hope you guys have a very safe night. Y'all be safe out here. Make sure I click that subscribe link, share this video if you want, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.
All right.
All right, y'all. Peace out, y'all. All right.
Peace.